everyone. Glad to see you here. So what do you think? The prayers are worked? Last week we had a night pray. As we all saw in the news already the next day after the pray, we saw already the changes about the quarantine in Israel, how it's getting easier and easier with the laws. So the prayers are working. God is listening to us. Not always everything happening right away or in one moment, but God is working. So we know that the program of to go out of the quarantine already here, the first steps. And little by little we're gonna come back as more as we can to the normal life as before. But of course it's gonna be some changes, and not everyone can say that it's gonna be easier. No one said it's gonna be better. But at least as we know, when you are not limited by things, you can do a lot more. You know, many people, the quarantine made them to be more relaxed. They were sitting a lot at home. They were not doing nothing. They became to be more relaxed about many things in the life. Like the weakness came to them. For example, not everyone was able to come to here, to the church, to the meeting. So only the people with the cars were able to come. So many people just became to be more weak about many things, more relaxed. But God never did like this when He gave us to go, to be weak, to have a freedom a little bit, vacation, and to wait that everything gonna come back to be better, and then like to come back to serve. So I cannot do nothing. Right now I'm in quarantine, so I will stay at home, not to do nothing. And when it's gonna be better right there outside, I will come back to normal. Yes, many people thinking like this. But I want to say something, that we always need to move. We always need to work. When we are moving, we are living. Also, when we're talking about the physical body, when you are not moving, when you are not using the muscles, when you are not walking, even when you are not training, when your body is not moving, so what happened to the body? The therapy of the muscles is becoming, and your muscles became to be more weak. You are becoming to be more lazy. You just want to lay on the bed. You need to move. To move is to live. The same in the spirit. We always need to move. Because when you don't want to move in the spirit, you also it makes you feel weak a lot, and you losing your power. Laziness, to be tired. We are getting used to any process we're doing. So the words of today, I gonna call them like this: moving for life. So what usually we thinking that gonna make us to have a motivation to move? Some people thinking maybe a pastor or a leader that gonna come to give you motivation, to say you some words to make you move. You know, like a good trainer. For someone to do more sport, there is a trainer who coming and giving him motivations, giving him an exercise to do. But God giving motivation only one time. He is the motivation, because everyone who have already God in their life, he is supposed to have a motivation to move. The people that doesn't have motivation to move, it means that they doesn't know God. Because when we are following God, we are following someone that He is the meaning of our life. When a person has a motivation, a meaning for the life, he always have the motivation to move to this goal, to get it, or to do something right for himself, or for the thing that he is so like and the meaning of his life. But in another way, when a person doesn't have a meaning in his life, he doesn't have a motivation and doesn't want to do enough for his meaning that he doesn't have actually, he will not try to move too much. For example, someone has God in his life, but he is not the meaning of his life, so he just, serving for 20, 30 years, not even serving, just like believing, walking, following, but he never really doing something with making God to be the meaning of his life. Like, for example, someone training in the gym just to have a good shape, just to have a nice body, no really as a meaning, not really deep, more than just to spend the time there. Today I want to talk about something really not popular, not in the fashion, not in the mode. We used to talk already a lot about a lot of moving, about angels, about spiritual things. Because all those things are very, very important because we came to a level that we can talk about them a lot. And this is our theme for every week almost. But all those things are really around the Christ, around Jesus. But what is more than to talk about Him, about Jesus? So today we're going to talk specifically about the Christ. Because He is the only meaning of my life, the motivation of my life. The one who make me to have a motivation to everything I'm doing. But we have very religious understanding. So who is Jesus for you? He is my Savior, my God, my victim, the Lamb. And we have so many understanding who is Jesus for us. But today I want to open some things about Jesus. The one that maybe we a little bit forgot about Him or we even never knew about Him. For some of us maybe it can be something new and some of us it's gonna be something that they already forgot. So I'm gonna talk about few points today, and the first I'm gonna read with you something from the New Testament. As we know, Jesus said about Himself few things. But maybe we didn't pay attention to this or we were not interested in this. In the book John, number 6, sentence number 48. I am the bread of life. What? What do you mean? The bread of the life? Why Jesus want to be the bread of the life? You know that Jesus was born in Bethlehem. Bethlehem in Hebrew, it means the house of the bread. And He became to be the bread of the life for anyone. When we're looking or thinking about the bread, house of the bread, what we're thinking about? We're thinking of many pieces of bread, many, pitas, all these things. Like a bakery, they're making a bread there. So we need to understand why He choosing to use the word bread and why He want to be the bread of our life. So I will read some little text here with you. Each of us in his life has things that they are more important for him and less. So many of us has many things that we cannot live without them. Jesus chose to be the bread of our life. At the time that Jesus was saying those words, the bread was the basic food for big part of the people who were living in Israel. People in this time was not know even about potatoes or many other vegetables or kind of different food that we are used to eat today. The basic food was bread. He said, I am the bread of the life, because it was impossible to live without eating bread in this time. And I will tell a story about one preacher who went to a tribe in Africa to serve and to preach there about Jesus. His main service was to translate the Bible to the language of the tribe that he was serving and preaching to. When he came to the place in the New Testament when Jesus said that He is the bread of the life, the translator were not able to think about the word that can say bread in the tribe language. The people in this tribe never seen bread, and this is why they didn't have the word in them language as bread. Then the preacher think, what word can explain bread in them language? And then he decided to say and to write in the translation, I am the banana of the life. And only like this he were able to bring the message and the meaning of the sentence to explain to the tribe members that Jesus, He is the meaning of our life. The people that were living in the tribe, they were not able to live without eating banana because was the basically food in this place. Because was the meaning of Jesus when He said that He is the bread of the life. And this story just showing us that Jesus is the meaning of our life, and this is what He was meaning in His sentence. And in the last time I'm really watching and checking, and I'm understanding that many of us doesn't have Jesus as our meaning in our life. He is not anymore something that we cannot live without. He is just the plan B of some of us. So if in those times that bread, it was the basically food that the people were eating, and without the bread you were not able to live. Today is not anymore like this. Today we have so many products that we can eat instead of bread. To the African tribe, it was only bananas and coconut. They didn't have nothing else to eat. This is your options, or banana or coconut. That's it. This is what they had. And here today we have so many options, and exactly the same in the Christian life right now. So many other options except Jesus, that we cannot understand how meaningful for us is Jesus. And we have so many options instead of Him. People are dependent on so many things, on even preachers, even pastors, even words of someone, songs, many other things that taking our big part of our time instead of Jesus, when He should be our bread of our life, the meaning of our life. So we can spend so many hours, so much time in our life for things that talking about Jesus, the pastors that talking about Jesus, songs that talking about Jesus, but everything around Him except Him. Those things are not the bread of our life. It's like I'm gonna show you now a bread, and I'm gonna tell you, you can just look at this. You cannot bite or eat this. Jesus saying, taste me and you're gonna see how good I am. Try Him, talk with Him, have a relationship, a personal relationship with Jesus. But if you're gonna hear about Jesus, or see things about Jesus, or listen to songs about Jesus, it means that you're just gonna think about Him, but you're not really gonna have a relationship with Him. Without this relationship, you will not have the way to Jesus. And without this, it's not possible. Because of this, we are not growing and going ahead. Because we all know about the bread of the life. We all know about Jesus because we're hearing about Him. We know that we're believing in Him, but we don't really have the way to Him. It's like to put a baked, really, really good bread, warm, on the table, just right now went out of the oven, and you're gonna smell it, you're gonna see it, you're gonna feel how good is it, but you will not be able to take a bite and to try and to taste it. Today we need to have this moving to Jesus, to be able to have a relationship with Him, with our bread of the life. If there is no bread of life, there is no life and there is no moving to growing in the Spirit. So the first step, I'm gonna talk with steps. The first step is the bread of the life. Doesn't matter, think that you cannot live without. You are eating only bananas in your life? Okay, so the banana of your life. You're eating only chocolate because you really like chocolate? So is the chocolate of your life. It doesn't matter what, just the meaning of this sentence. Make Jesus as something special, the meaningful thing in your life that you cannot live without. The worst thing in our life that we cannot live without the Facebook, without the social media, Instagram, all those things, our phones, phone calls, TV, everything. There is even people that cannot live without serving. But for who you serving if you don't have Jesus as the bread of your life? We first need to know His taste, His personality. So today we need to go back to the relationship with the bread of our life. And if you lost already, today is the right and the day that you should come back. First step to make Jesus as your bread of your life. Next, John 10, sentence number 9. I am the door. If anyone enters by me, he will be saved and will go in and out and find pasture. I am the door. Okay, before He said, I am bread. Now I am door. Jesus, why are you calling yourself with so many weird words or things? Imagine that before you met Jesus in your life, you were living like you were stuck inside a room without windows or without door, or with locked doors and locked windows that you cannot go out. We were able to be there in this room, but we didn't have a door to the sky. We didn't have an option to connect with God like now. So this is why Jesus is saying, I am the door. I am the gate. He is the gate of the life. He is the door to the blessing, the door to anything we have. Many Christians are so limited today that they are living in a room without doors. That it doesn't matter on what wall in this room they are knocking on or trying to go out of there, with the head on the wall, even without be able to go out. Like sometimes we can pray for days, for years, and nothing really changing, nothing is going on. The doors of the blessing are not open. The doors to the heaven are closed. Why? Because we're trying to go to a place without Jesus. We are trying to go to a place that He opening to us without His help. We are trying to go through the walls and not to make Jesus as our door, the door of our life, the door that opening us and we're going through Him. People telling me, I'm praying so much, I'm praying, and I cannot get to a point that I really feeling like I'm getting to some point because the door is closed. They saying to me that they feeling like the door is closed. You know, when I was writing those words to talk with you today, so I just was thinking about one example in my life. You know, in my house, in my apartment, when my kids going down to the garden to play with friends or outside, I never closing the door. Why? Because every moment or they coming up to drink some water, going up, going down, you know, like a door that you just coming through, going through, just like this. Here, there, and the door is not locked. Sometimes even because of the wind, like the door even opening by itself, and like my house is really open to everyone just to come. And I am not locking the door because I know that my kids gonna come back. And I understand that Jesus, that He is the door. He is never locking the door for His kids. He knows that they will come back. He knows that He is the door of them. He knows that we are coming through Him. But what is our problem? That we are always trying to open the wrong doors. Why? Because if you taking Jesus as your door and you really trust it, every door that you're gonna try to open in your life, if Jesus thinking it's for you, He's gonna open this for you with blessing. Doors of health, doors of blessing, of life, that they are open always for you. Jesus said, I am the door, that He opened for you, and it doesn't matter if you did something wrong or you signed or you did something wrong in your life. It doesn't matter because Jesus will not lock it before you every time you did something wrong. This door is open because once we said, me and you said that Jesus is our door in my life. And this is the only door that I want to go in and out. But how we are actually doing? We have so many doors next to this door. So many options. So we are trying and fighting with another doors and they are locked and we're trying to open them. We are confusing where is the door that Jesus put for us and where is the door that we are built for us with our mind. And then I'm surprised why there is no answers. Jesus saying, I am the door. Everything that you're doing in your life, do it through me. You know, there is many houses that there is some door, that there is really a door, actually standing door. The door is locked. Someone locked it many years ago. No one has the key. But you see, you can see there is a door, but there is no ability to go in. The door exists. But what is inside the room of this door? What is behind? And you're saying, I don't know, I never been there, it's always locked. For some people, Jesus is like those doors. There is a door, it exists, but I never went in. I'm living with my life. And everything I'm doing in my life, I'm taking decisions by myself. I'm taking decisions because I think it's good and I'm thinking it's right and this is how I want. I have my doors, I don't need Jesus. And today I want to say something. For the right moving of God in your life, we just need to bring Jesus to the right place that He should be there. We lost the relationship with Him as the bread of the life. He is not so important in our life like before or like never. Because suddenly we have so many options around. He is already not the only door in our life. We have so many options around that we are trying to fight with those doors to go in, and then we're just saying, listen, God, where are you in my life? I'm sorry, like I'm living as a believer. I'm living with you, but I don't see blessing. I see everything is wrong, everything is broke. What is going on? If you will make Jesus today as your door, and you will say that everything that I gonna do in my life, I gonna do through you, Jesus. This is the door that bringing you to the life. Next, John 10:11. I am the good shepherd, and the good shepherd gives up his life for his sheep. Now he said, I am the good shepherd. It means I'm the good pastor. Sometimes I'm watching in the Facebook and I see how people are so mad on pastors. One writing, my pastor is the best. The other guy said, no, your pastor is the worst. And there is a big fight about pastors. Some of them became to be friends and groups, making groups in the Facebook. We are against this and this pastor, like a friends because of one guy. 1,000 comments, 1,000 curse. Scary to look. People in the world that doesn't know God doesn't talking like this. So when I'm thinking about this, how we lost Jesus as the good pastor in our life. Today people are so interested and just talking a lot about the pastors here in the land. I am as a pastor, I really can tell you that many people just really sitting on pastors, depending on them. Or they are too much like them, like obsessively, or they are so hate them, like all of them in one group. Doesn't matter who. That one pastor 20 years ago just made him to be sad or something. Those people are so dependent and thinking a lot about pastors like crazy. They even forgot who is the main, who is the good pastor. Now I will say something that you really will not like. And I'm telling you, pastors has mistakes. You know why? These are not my wings. This is just a draw on the wall. We don't have wings. We are not holy or something. A pastor is a person. As any person, the pastors can make mistakes. But people made the pastor so idealing and made them as holy people or something. When one poor pastor just did some little mistake, so that's it. The best option of those people is just to throw on him some stone or something. To hit him, to throw on him something. In the beginning we're like, oh wow, this pastor, giving him all the respect. Wow, the best in the world. There is no many like him in the world. Then one day suddenly the pastor did some mistake and that's it. Worse than him you will never meet and never had. Kill him, hide him under the ground. He did a mistake. You understand the point? And we forgot. We forgot that those people, those leaders, those pastors, that they are serving to us, they are just people like us. They have the right, or not the right, but they can have mistakes also. It doesn't matter what is their position. Prophets, pastors, all those people are making mistakes. And you are not should take suddenly the stone already, the first stone you can see after he did a mistake. We just need to look at ourselves and think that maybe we took them and made them higher than what they are for real, and made them more holy than what they are for real, that it's people like us. I will tell you something, there is only one who will never disappoint you because he will never make mistakes. and he will never sign. And his name is Jesus. He is the only one, and he's saying, I am the good pastor. Everyone is trying to be a good pastor, but not always it's working out. We all forgot all those things. We were too much concentrated on people. We forgot that Jesus is our bread of our life, the door of our life, and the good pastor. So one question, how much time a day you spending with Jesus, with a good pastor in your room, in privacy, in private time, you and him? And how much time you spending in the social media watching and reading the comments of other pastors or the words that pastors hear from the land talking? I believe and know that many, the big part of all the Christians are listening more to pastors or to words of pastors and not to Jesus. We lost his meaning for our life as the bread of our life. Today, just try to live without internet or Wi-Fi. You're gonna cry, you're gonna hit your head in the wall. In my life, in the last time in my house, the internet is very bad. I don't know why. Maybe the company that we are connected to with our Wi-Fi is not so good in the last time. The connection lost the power or something. I cannot even talk with my mother. My phone calls are always broke. I don't know what happened with the Skype. Everything is wrong. I'm feeling like in the Soviet Union, like we were without all this and it was limited or something. And I'm just thinking, but we are really getting mad. How we can live like this? We cannot even have a phone call like normal. And we're gonna take out the hair from the head if we will not have 5 minutes more or 5 minutes less without Wi-Fi and good connection to the internet. You're gonna run room after room to look for the little point of the Wi-Fi at least. But if you were looking for Jesus like this, the good pastor, if you were just waking up in the morning and the first thing you were thinking is, where is Jesus? Jesus, I need just now, right now, Jesus. Because I cannot live without him. But what we cannot live without is Wi-Fi. And everything else is just a bonus, but Wi-Fi we have to have. Just a good connection. Let's just change this way of life to move with the blessing of God. I believe that today God putting people in the right way and keeping them up with him. People that cannot live without him. More than everything. And this kind of people, the generation of people that they are having God as the bread of the life, the door of the life, and the good pastor, those people are not just have the good connection with God, the intimate personality with him and the connection with him. Those people are really gonna tell about him to everyone around. There is a little thing that really pain for me to see many promotions of pastors, many things, placards, many things that pastor posting. But people, stop to put people on your responsibility like this. Stop to make them think that you are holy, or stop to make them to be depends on you and not on God. You are good pastor, yes and amen. But there is someone better than you. And this is Jesus. So don't put people depends on you. Put them depends on Jesus. Not on yourself. You are not the savior. Jesus, show you in me. Don't show me, show you in me. That people gonna talk with me, they will not see me, Ilana, they will see Jesus. And today we are fighting against this. And Jesus will not fight for his name. He already said that he is the good pastor. It's your decision if to be stuck with a pastor here in the land, to be in good relationship and to live for him, to trust only him and to I don't know, to think about him like he is your God or something, until he will do little mistake and that's it, or to make Jesus as your pastor, the most important pastor in your life. I believe that those words are prophetic, taking us there. We lost at God, we lost at the Christ. We have Christianity without the Christ, praise without the Christ. We have everything without him, because we lost his meaning. But we found a meaning in everything around except him. Today we're going back to him. our moving in Him. I don't want to move without Him. I don't need nothing without Him. No a charge, not to be a pastor without Him. I don't need nothing without Him. And the only motivation of our moving, of my moving, will be Him. That's it, nothing else, only Jesus. And all the other things that I have is just bonus and things that I having on the side. John 11:25. I am the resurrection and the life. The one who believes in me, even if he dies, will live. Oh, here we have something different. So, you know that many scientists trying already many years to find some cure or some medicine that will make people not to get old, or some magical pills or something they calling this for people to live more time here in the earth, to have longer lives. Till today, already many years, they're trying to find one like this, to stay young or not to get old or just to live more. And I will tell you something, 2000 years ago, we already found one medicine or one thing like this that's gonna make us live more or to be more young. He called Jesus, because he said that also who gonna die, that's believing in him and going after him, he will not die, he gonna live. This is exactly the effect of the medicine that the scientific want to find. We have it already for so many years. We have a forever life. Even if we're gonna die, we're gonna live. No one talking about this today. There is a life after death. We know that we are not here forever. This life here is just a piece or just a little limit of time. So don't get stuck here. Don't be sticky with your apartment, with your car, to your chair, to your building, to whatever you want, to your sofa next to the TV. We are here not forever. For how long people living today? So last week it was an Israeli guy, a Yemenite Jewish guy here in Israel. Last week he died when he was 117 years. Many years of life. Israeli here from here. He was really, until his last day, he was not even having glasses. Like, can you believe he really had a good view of eyes? His eyes was in really good situation. Just not too long ago, I saw it in the newspaper. He had a big family. Until his last day, he could hear good, he could see, and even until his last day, he were visiting his family friends, and he was really in good condition, let's say, for his age. Everyone loves him, he loved everyone for 117 years. That's it, done. Like 117 years, the most long life almost in the world. Even though there is one in Japan already 120 years, something is still living, everything is good. But what I want to say, 100 years you're gonna live, 117 or 120. In any moment that God gonna choose, the life here gonna end. The question is where we're going after. And today we need Jesus, because He is the forever life. The life and the enter to the forever life. He said, I am the resurrection. How He can call Himself resurrection? It means rising up, always up. You know, some of people saying, that's it, I'm done already. Like, I don't have the first love with Jesus anymore. I lost it. I don't want anything, I don't want nothing, that's it, I lost it. I don't want to pray, I don't have a connection, relationship with Jesus. I don't want even to read the Bible. You know why? Because you lost your relationship with your resurrection. He is Jesus Christ. Because when we have a relationship with the resurrection, what means that our spirit is always up, always rising up and never going down. We need to go back to return to the relationship of Jesus with us as a resurrection, as a rising up, with the spirit of resurrection. Because a person that have a connection, relationship with God, he never going down, just going up. We all have at bad times. We all have stress things in the life. It can happen, that's true. But the spirit is always up. So return Jesus as your resurrection to your life. I started to practice not so long ago when I'm waking up in the morning. My first prayer is, Jesus, you are my resurrection. I'm not praying, hey, Jesus, give me this, or maybe this, bless this day, My first word is just, give me the resurrection. You are my resurrection. I'm going into you as a resurrection. And you are rising me up to the height that you want me to go and to walk there on this day. Tomorrow I'm waiting for higher. I'm not agree to stay always in the same high. Let's bring back Jesus as a resurrection. So we need to understand that when our faith is going down or our spirit is low, this feeling of apathy, laziness, I don't want, I don't need. You know what? Call the resurrection to your life. Call him. Jesus, you are my resurrection. You are rising me up. Right now I'm going into you. So as we know, without Jesus, to the forever life we cannot enter. If we're really understanding this today, we understand that there is no many or no more reasons to look for really medicine that's gonna make us to live more years like those people looking for, or to be younger or something. Don't look for this medicine, look for Jesus in your life. In our church we have some old people in the age, but I really cannot give them this number of age. And this is surprising. The medicine of to be young is really going into the Jesus is this medicine actually. I'm looking at people and I see that they look less than the age that they are. Many people also doesn't believe that my age is how it is. I'm already old. You understand that with the faith in Jesus, when you are believing in him as a life and as a resurrection, we also automatically getting younger. We have here one brother just sitting here in front of me. His name is Genia and he's a boxer trainer. Can you believe? And his age is a lot more than 70 already. Till today he is training kids. Jenny, I will not tell your age. I will hide it if you want, but it's crazy. It's saying a lot, and when Jesus, we are walking in him, he is living inside us. He giving us life and moving. He giving us power and he makes us feel younger. To move, to do something. Giving you powers, physical, spiritual and soul man. So when we're saying I am into him and he is into me, it has a big meaning because it's coming also in our life, in the physical and in the spiritual. We can feel it. This is why we're always going up. It doesn't say also that we cannot be sick or to be weak or to be tired. But we are living without looking at the age even. We are feeling like we are rising up, like we're going up, that we are always going ahead with him. We are feeling good. This is very important because there is people that they are 25 years old and they are feeling themselves like they are already worse than 80 years old. Because in their soul they are just so broke, they are just tired of everything, without hope, without faith, without any future. And they are feeling them a lot worse than people that are believing in God, that they are even 80, 70 years old. So Jesus, he also making you younger. This is we can even say for sure. John 14:6. I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one can come to the Father except through me. Wow, how many times each of us heard about this sentence? Jesus, he is the way and the life. No one can come to God, no through Jesus. Sometimes I'm looking at things, at people, and I see that many people trying to come to God, not through Jesus. You know why? Because as we talk today, there is many people that they have plan B way, and this plan B way is Jesus. So if my ways will not work, then maybe I will go to the plan B, that is Jesus, to see if it's worked. Maybe there in the way of Jesus, God gonna help me. Sometimes when we are walking in our ways without even asking God, without wait for His answer, and we just want Him to lead us there in our way. But Jesus saying, I am the way. If we have a ways without Jesus there, without His permit, without His help, yes, we can walk there, it's our decision. But no one can come to the Father not through Jesus. So if I'm choosing to go in our way, in my way, that I build for myself, I don't have the right to go to God and to ask Him why it doesn't work and why He doesn't helping me. Because this way is not with Jesus. If we have thousands of our ways and one way of Jesus, that sometimes we have agreement with God that if nothing is working, we're going there. All our businesses are broke. Everyone throwing us away from everywhere. Poor, broke. Okay, God, I will go in the way that Jesus put there, and I will go through Jesus to you, maybe. We need to change this way. Jesus saying, I am the way of the truth. We have our truth as well, of course. We all have our rights. I know if I will do it and I will not go in the way that Jesus is there, and I will go in my ways without Jesus, I will not succeed and I will not get to the place I want. I will have a lot of problems. Jesus never want to be plan B. He never want to be this option that you gonna live to the end. But for many Christians, He is the planned, if I can say, the last Z. The person gonna try to build everything by himself, to build even the business. By himself, he became to have a bankrupt. And then in the end, hey God, why you didn't bless me? Wait, when you decided to go in your way, did you ask God if this is the right way? Did you ask a blessing from God, a leading from God? Say, God, if you don't want me to go to this way, if you don't want me to get to this point, so close all the doors for me to go there. Have you ever said it to God? So what things you have to complain about? Jesus said in His words that no one gonna come to God if He is not coming through Him. We need to understand this, that we need to take away our ways for us to have only one way. If we don't have Jesus as a door in our way, as a way in our life, so it means that we all going in our way without Him. So let's bring back Jesus as our way. Stop to walk with your ways, to build your plans. Because the way that God gonna show you, it's maybe something that you were never planning. Sometimes you look and you see that there is a way without exit, without you are stuck. We are fighting with many options, with many doors that they are locked, looking for the exit. Sometimes we just need to stop and to say, Jesus, you are my way. Show me your way. Show me the way that you want me to go, and I'm taking you as my way. Right now I'm stepping on the way that you put for me. And then all the options that we have are closing, and only one way, one option that God wants us to go there, we will go there through Jesus. Because He is the way. Next, John 15:5. I am the vine, you are the branches. Those who remain in me, and I in them, will produce more fruits. Apart from me, you cannot do nothing. So in one way, Jesus saying, I am the way, and without me, no one can come to God. Here He's saying that without me, you cannot do nothing. Just nothing. How, Jesus? I'm so smart. I finished university. I really can do anything I want because I just smart and I know everything. Jesus saying, listen, without me you just cannot do nothing. What you are not understand. Your study, all these things are just zero. You cannot get nothing without me. Opa, why so? For what I was studying so many years, all these years? student for so many years. If the fruit doesn't getting nothing from the roots, the fruit just losing himself and failing and dying. Who is disconnect from Jesus cannot get nothing from him and cannot bring fruit, so it means he cannot do nothing. The fruit who falling from the tree just becoming with the time to be dry, and the only thing to do with him is just to throw him away to the fire, to the trash. You cannot use it for nothing. Check yourself if in your life you don't have fruits from your service, from anything you're doing. Maybe it's because you are not connecting anymore to him. This is why you don't have fruits from anything you're doing. Because I know that without you I cannot do nothing. We lost the connection, the relationship with him. We lost this sweet juice that he giving to us. And today many people starting a service for God, starting to do something for him, opening churches, opening services, and doesn't understand why there is no fruits, why no one getting saved, why everything just destroying every day. Because you are actually don't have a relationship with God, with Jesus. All you have is your decision that you want to serve him, but who you serving, you don't know him. I always saying that the spirit things in yourself, the moving of the spirit, it's very easy to check. Jesus said that you're gonna see what the person doing by his fruits. And it's not only about service for God, it's also about his life of the person. When you're feeling you're succeeding in everything, you're feeling that everything is blessing in your life, you're feeling that everything you're trying is working, you are growing. We need to check if we are still connected to his tree. This relationship is the most important. You're getting food, you're getting power from this tree. You are not getting this power from the pastor. The pastor can give you a good word, a good advice, but no more than this. You need Jesus in your life to bring you these visions, the power, prophets, lead, spirit, Holy Spirit, all those things coming from him. Don't try to do anything without him. Don't even try to build nothing. Let's open Revelation 22:13. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end. For many people, Jesus is not already Alpha and Omega, he is only the Alpha. He started something in your life and you just finish it by yourself. We're taking his Alpha, but doesn't letting him to finish. Why many saying, our church was so spiritual in the beginning. The worship was so good, everything was so good, the Holy Spirit was there. And then suddenly everything changed, became to be based on soul. That's it, I don't want to be there anymore. Why? Because in one moment, a person taking all this thing on himself and starting to finish the thing that Alpha, that Jesus start, in the way of the person. Never don't change in your mind something that God started in your life. There is many people also that God is no Alpha and no Omega. They are the first, they are the last. They started some service in their life and they also made this service. So it's very important who Jesus in you, in your life. You asking someone, who is Jesus for you in your life? And he answering to you, Jesus is my Alpha and my Omega. I want to hear those words. He is the beginning and the end of my life. My life is beginning with him and this is gonna end with him. He is the first and the last. Everything in my life is him, belong to him and for him. We need to bring Alpha and Omega to our life, to our house, to our relationship, to our life. Give to Alpha to start something in your life. Don't start it by yourself. If he started something in your life, don't finish it by yourself. Wait for him to finish it for you. Because I know that if God started something in your life, he's gonna finish it in the best and the beautiful way. And let's open Revelation 22:16. I am the root and descendant of David, the bright morning star. I am the root of David. So we maybe forgot that Jesus is our root. Who is your root? the prophet that you always listening to, the pastor that you like to listen in the Facebook? What is your root? The Facebook? If the person, the prophet that you're listening to, the pastor, is his root is Jesus. So if you're gonna have your root as Jesus, you will don't need to listen to this prophet or to this pastor anymore, because you're gonna want to spend more time with Jesus. Many people also forgot that Jesus is coming from the generation after David. So if we are following Jesus and going after him, and he is the root, and he is going, and his generations before is David, we also belong to this place. Many Christians are even anti-Semitic, that they are hate Judaism, hate Jewish, and they need also to look at their generations of Jesus before to see that he was Jewish from the King David. And everything is not just for nothing, because also we can see that before David, the grandmother of him was even not Jewish. And Jesus is a mix. He's a mix between Jewish and not Jewish. So he belong to all of us. No one can fight for who is Jesus belong to, because he is of all of us if we are following him. We don't have to put some kippah or to put some things from outside to be Jewish, or we don't have to do circumcise to be Jewish. No, right now is already different. It's not like before. And in the moment that you are following Jesus, you are part of him. Through him you're getting all this. He is your root. We all belong to him and to all his generation before. If we are Jewish or not Jewish, we all one in him. So the most important things is to take Jesus in our life and to take him as our bread of life, our door of life, our good pastor, our raising up resurrection, as our way, as Alpha and Omega, and as our root. And I want each of us today to go out of here different, with understanding the meaning of Jesus in your life. We are going away from the label that Jesus is just a savior for us, when you cannot live without him. Jesus, you are our bread of life. Let's say it together. You are our door. You are my pastor. You are the rescue. You are my way.
Иисус лоза, а я ветвь. Иисус альфа и омега.
You are my Alpha and Omega.
Начало и конец
The
моей
beginning
жизни.
and the end of my life.
Иисус есть корень и потомок Давида.
You are the root.
Господь мой, я утверждаю, Господь, что Ты есть хлеб, дверь, пастырь, воскресение,
That
путь,
you are all those things
лоза,
for me.
альфа и омега, корень и потомок Давида в жизни каждого
In
стражника.
each of us life.
Мы сегодня делаем этот пророческий шаг
We're doing this
перехода.
prophetic step.
И мы сегодня просто идем в это новое движение,
We're just
Господь,
walking
где
in
Ты
this new
становишься для
moving.
нас чем-то больше, чем
That you are
просто Господом
something
и
bigger
Спасителем.
in our life
Мы,
than
Господь,
as
начинаем
just a savior.
вкушать, Господь, Тебя как хлеб жизни.
We are
Мы
with
не
you
согласны,
as
Господь,
our
жить
bread
на
of
той
life.
глубине, Господь,
We are
на
not
которой мы
ready to
до
stay in the
сегодняшнего дня
same
дошли.
deepness
Мы хотим
and in the
вкушать
same
Тебя
level.
как необходимый
We
хлеб
want to
каждый день,
live with you as the
Господь.
meaning of our
Убери
life,
из
that we
нашей
cannot
жизни
live
всё,
without you.
без чего мы, Господь, нам казалось,
Take
мы не
everything
можем
from our
прожить.
life that
Но
shows us
единственное,
that
без
we
чего
cannot
мы
live
не могли
without
бы
you.
прожить, это без Тебя,
Because the
Иисус,
only thing that
потому
we
что Ты
cannot
хлеб
live without
жизни,
is you.
Господь.
You are the bread.
Мы хотим, Господь, действительно вернуться
We
в
want
отношении
really
хлеба.
to go
И я
back
прямо
with
сейчас
your
чувствую
relationship.
запах этого
I'm
новоиспеченного
feeling
хлеба,
even
который
the
идет
smell
от
of the bread,
земли.
of the bake.
Иисус, мы возвращаем Тебя как хлеб жизни,
We bringing you
как
back
что-то
as a
необходимое
bread,
в нашей жизни,
something that we
самое
cannot
важное,
live without,
драгоценное,
the most
Господь.
important.
Прости нас, Господь, что мы
Sorry us,
сделали,
mercy
Господь,
us,
другие источники
that we
и
took
другие
many
вещи
things
важнее в
else
своей жизни,
more
чем
important than
Тебя.
you in our
И мы
life.
возвращаем
And
необходимость
with
в общении с Тобой,
returning
мы
to
возвращаем
be
эту
connect
необходимость,
with you,
Господь, и пусть жажда в каждом сердце
that
здесь
each of us
поднимается с
gonna
новой
want
силой, Иисус.
again with the power.
О, Господь, прости, Бог.
Mercy us
что, Господь, мы отвергли Тебя как дверь.
that we
И мы
didn't took you
настроили,
as a
Господь,
door.
много дверей, Господь, в
And
своей
we
жизни,
had
в
so
которые
many
мы ломим
doors
себе
and other
себя.
doors that
Мы
we're
хотим,
trying to
Господь,
fight.
что Ты стал дверью в нашей
We want
жизни,
you to
через
be
которую
the
мы
door
будем
of our
входить
life,
и
that we're
выходить,
gonna go
Господь.
in and out,
Дверь благословения, Ты
the
дверь
door of
жизни,
blessing,
Ты дверь,
of
Господь,
life,
в новую жизнь. И мы
to
не
the new
хотим,
life.
Господь, никаких других дверей,
And
Господь.
we don't
Закрой
want
все
any
двери,
other
которые
doors.
мы сами
Close
себе
all the
настроили,
doors that
Господь,
we
по
open
плоти.
for
Закрой
ourselves.
все двери, Господь.
Close
И
all
пусть
of them.
единственная дверь жизни,
All the
которая
door
будет в
that
нашей
we need
жизни,
to have in
это
our
Ты,
life is
Господь.
you.
И мы утверждаем, что Ты дверь в нашей
You are
жизни.
the
И с
life.
сегодняшнего дня, Господь,
And
все, что я
today,
буду делать в
since
моей
today,
жизни, я буду
all things that
пропускать
I'm
через
gonna do
эту
in my
дверь.
life,
Я
I'm
буду
gonna tell
пропускать через этот
that
дверный
it's you and I'm gonna go through you
Господь, я
as a
хочу
door.
ходить только одной
And I
дверью,
want to go
Господь.
only
Ты
with
дверь
one
в
door.
небо, Ты дверь в жизнь,
To
Ты
the
дверь
door of the
благословения,
heaven,
Ты дверь
door of
в
the
мою
blessing,
судьбу, Иисус.
to all my
Ты
goals.
есть дверь в мою судьбу, Господь. И я устанавливаю эту дверь, закрывая все ненужные
And I'm
двери,
closing all the
которые мы
doors
сами
that they are
себе
not you,
настроили, Бог.
that we
И я
build to
прошу,
ourselves.
Господь, чтобы церковь больше, Господь,
For the church,
больше, Господь, начала воспринимать тебя,
to be
Господь,
more
как в
with you,
отношении с
to live with
пастором,
you
Господь.
as a
Чтобы Ты
relationship
открылся
with
своей
you as a
церкви,
good
как добрый
pastor.
пастор, Господь.
You
Чтобы
are our
люди, Господь,
pastor.
перестали подсаживаться на земных пастырей, Господь.
That
Но
people
больше и
gonna
больше,
stop to be
Господь,
dependent
каждое
on
сердце
people
здесь
from
возжаждало
this land,
проводить время больше с
to
небесным
spend more
пастырем, с
time
Тобой,
with you,
Иисус.
with the
Господь,
pastor,
больше времени с Тобой, чем с земными
more time
пасторами,
with you
чем,
than other
Господь, в
pastors,
Ютубе, Господь, прослушивать
than in the
пастырей,
YouTube
которые
to listen
бесконечно учат и
pastors that always
наставляют, учат и
listening.
наставляют, учат и наставляют, Господь. И я прошу,
They're always
Господь,
teaching
чтобы
there.
каждый здесь
Let us
вернулся, Господь,
go
к
back
доброму пастору
to the good
Иисусу,
pastor
Господь, и большую часть времени своей
and
жизни
more
он
time of our
проводил с
life to
Тобой,
spend with
с
you,
Тобой, Иисус, с
with
Тобой,
you,
Иисус, не со служителями и
not with
пасторами, с
servers,
Тобой,
leaders,
Иисус.
pastors,
И я
with you.
прошу, Господь, чтобы каждый
We
вернул
asking
Тебя,
God
Господь,
that
в
each of
свою
us gonna
тайную
take you
комнату и отдал
in the
лучшее
private
время
room
в
and
общении
gonna
с
give you
добрым
the best
пастырем, с
time
Тобой, Иисус.
and to spend time with you.
И я прошу, Господь, чтобы каждый вошел в Тебя как в
That each
воскресенье.
of us gonna go with you
Потому что
as a
воскресенье — это
rescue,
есть дух подъема, это
because
дух
this is the
воскресения,
spirit of the
который
rising up,
держит нас постоянно на
that
плаву,
holding
который
us every
держит
time.
нас, Господь, в этом духе жизни, Господь. И я
In this
прошу, что
spirit
те,
of
кто
life,
пережили, Господь, умертвление духа, те,
for
кто
all those
чувствует
who were
апатию,
dead in the
те, кто
spiritual way,
чувствует, Господь, что они потухли, что у
that
них нету
already are
больше
not
сил, они
burning,
больше не хотят молиться, они больше не
are
хотят
no
ничего,
more
Господь,
lighting, they
и они
doesn't want to
чувствуют, что
pray
их дух
anymore.
засыхает,
I'm
что
praying
им
for
плохо,
them,
что они в
that it's
депрессии,
bad
Господь.
for them, they
Я
are in
прошу,
this
Господь, чтобы они
depression.
встретились с Иисусом,
Let them
который
meet
есть
you,
воскресение,
the one that
Господь,
is the
чтобы они
rescue,
вошли в Тебя,
that
Господь,
they're
как
gonna go into
воскресение,
you,
и чтобы дух их ожил,
that
Господь, и
the
ревность по
spirit of
Богу
them gonna
вернулась,
be
и
awake,
жажда, и
rescued,
огонь, Господь, просто в духе воскресения вернулась в их сердце, зажгло, Господь, чтобы они начали двигаться, Господь, в Тебе и оставались постоянно в отношении с воскресением, чтобы мы каждое утро учились, Господь, начинать свой день, входя в
to
воскресенье,
start the day with
входя в
you in the
Иисуса,
rescue,
входя в Твою славу,
to go
входя
through
в
you,
Тебя как
into
дверь,
you, through a
вкушая Тебя
door,
как хлеб,
to eat you
Иисус.
as a bread.
Господь, мы отказываемся иметь пути свои.
We don't want to have our ways.
Мы отвергаем пути, которые мы сами себе спланировали и настроили.
We're going
потому
away
что
from
только
the
Ты
doors, from the ways that we open
есть
for
путь
ourselves.
истинной жизни.
You are the way, the
И мы
truth,
хотим, Господь, Тебя иметь не как запасной путь.
and we want to have you not as a plan B.
Прости нас, Господь,
Mercy
что
us,
мы шли своими путями,
that we went through our
а
ways,
Тебя держали как запасной
and we
путь.
spend you as a, we hold you as a plan B door.
Мы присосались и привились, Господь, и они приносили нам смерть вместо жизни и проклятие вместо благословений. Мы отсекаем эти корни, Господь, всякие зависимости от соцсетей, всякие зависимости от игр,
We
всякие
don't want to be
зависимости,
dependent on
Господь, от
nothing
питания
else
с других
except you.
психологических источников,
We
всяких
want to be
учителей,
dependent only on you,
пророков,
not to be
апостолов,
dependent
Господь.
on
Мы
teachers,
ставим Тебя как
pastors.
корень, мы просто
We're taking you as
укореняемся
our
сегодня
root,
в Тебе.
and we are
В Тебе,
connecting to you
Иисус, Ты
today.
есть корень, Господь.
You are our root.
Это не значит, что Ты не можешь больше слушать
It's
других
not that we cannot
проповедников.
anymore
Это
to
значит,
listen
что
to another
важный
prophets or another
элемент, откуда Ты кормишься,
pastors,
вот
but
Иисус Христос, потому что
our
Он
meaning
становится
of the life is Jesus, so we still can listen about Him, but make Him as your root. Make Him as your root. Is the continue of the generation of David. God put us to serve Him. Thank you. It doesn't matter what national we are, Jewish or not Jewish. We all have a part to be as a service of God. We are the root. We are connecting to you. We are one. We have the part in this kingness line, and we getting ourselves as sons of king. We are a kid of son. Get yourself as a king of son, son of king, the God of the gods, the King of the king. Thank you for a new season, for the moving of the Spirit, that we are going back to you as a bread, as a door, as a rescue, as a life, as Alpha and Omega. You are Alpha and Omega.